What's up guys, Blake Hawthorne, itshisturf. Today I want to talk to you about laying sod when it's dormant. That's what that is? Thought it was dead. No, it's not dead. All right guys, so a lot of you have messaged me on my Instagram and just reaching out like, hey, what are you doing? What's going on? For those of you that don't know, we actually have some warmer season grass here in Arkansas, like Bermudas and Zoysias are really popular, and they go completely dormant in the winter. And so once they're completely dormant, they're safe to lay in the off season. And so as you can see, they haven't really got established yet, but it won't be long, probably another 2 weeks. When the temperatures really start to get up into the 50s in the evenings, this grass is gonna start to green up, and then it'll take root and everything will take off. The only thing you really gotta worry about when you lay the grass this time of the year is, one, like if it snows, just to stay off of it, because that traffic, there's nothing rooted holding it down. You could put some sod staples in it, but it's not needed. And you could mess it up and have to get out there and do some repair stuff to it. You know, and that's really about it. There's not a whole lot that can happen to it damage-wise this time of the year. Luckily in central Arkansas, we get a lot of rain, so the grass doesn't dry out or anything like that. But I wanted y'all to know, because like I said, a lot of you guys are not familiar with this type of grass and what's going on, and were asking me what in the world we were doing. You thought the grass was dead, wonder why it wasn't green, and it's just because it is completely dormant right now. So late March, it's gonna start to green up. Probably by late April, we'll be able to finally cut it. We wanna let it get probably 4 to 6 inches tall and make sure that the roots are really established. And once that happens, we'll go ahead and cut the grass. So something else to take into consideration, guys, when we're laying sod, you'll see that we like to stagger the seams. And so what I mean by that is, like right here, it's almost like laying brick. So you see we've got a seam here and a seam there, and we're just splitting it as we go around. When we come in here and we prep for this, we were lucky, there was a lot of really good dirt, so we just got to use the Harley rake and basically till it up. What that Harley rake does is it aerates the soil and it loosens up all the dirt. We're able to get the old weeds out, the grass, the old grass, vines, anything like that, get that out of it. So we're able to do minimum haul off and clean up by using the Harley rake. Used to, we would come in here and excavate everything out, bring more topsoil in, and then lay the sod. But that Harley rake's really a money and a time saver. Typically what you want to have is about an inch of loose, you know, topsoil, feathered out, smoothed out, and then lay the sod. Make sure your sod has anywhere from 1/2 to 3/4 inches of topsoil to it, and I'll show you what that looks like. So what that looks like, look at that, that's good dirt right there. We even had a couple, look at that, we had a root actually taking hold. And so what I'm talking about is you want to have a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch on the dirt. That nice, look at that soil. We didn't bring any soil in here. The worms are loving it. So another thing, when you're laying your seams, make sure they're not overlapped. You know, put them together, kind of pat those seams down. All right guys, so the first thing you want to do when you get a call for a sod job is you need to figure out your square footage. So you're going to take your length times your width, and whatever that comes out to, you're going to divide it by 450. One pallet of sod will roughly cover 450 square feet. So once you have your total square footage divided by 450 square feet, and that'll tell you how many pallets. I like to always round up, so if it's, say it's 5.5 pallets, I'll round up to 6 pallets. That's how I'll calculate how much sod that I need. The second thing to take into consideration is what type of sod you need to use. When you're in heavily shaded areas, they have a shade tolerant zoysia. It costs a little bit more per pallet, but it's gonna really thrive in there, where your typical Myers zoysia is gonna thin out and die after one season. Some of your warmer grasses that we typically use are St. Augustine and centipede. We just don't use a whole lot of that here. And then there are a few customers that have things like annual and perennial rye and fescue, but it's a battle to keep those things alive. So those are a little too cool of temperatures to really thrive here in central Arkansas. And the St. Augustine and centipede is just not as common. I think it's mainly due to the transport for delivery coming up north with it. So the most common strains of grass are Bermuda and Zoysia, and there's different strains of both of those that you can pick to really thrive and to accommodate what it is you're looking for in your yard. So guys, as you see, sod's really simple. There's not a whole lot to it. If you have any other questions about it, be sure and leave a comment down below. And guys, I'll see you on the next one.